Hi there, Michael from Parallax Live here with some exclusive new information on Ubisoft's forthcoming Far Cry Primal. We received some information from a source who was asked to remain anonymous. Reading the information, it would appear that the man or woman, I'll say he for the sake of simplicity, it sounds like he's a playtester, quality assurance guy, who spent a few days playing pretty close to final code, although it is still pre-release. There's a lot of information there, so let's get straight into it. Right, first of all, he says, don't get your hopes too high. After hunting for gear, a few side quests, and the main story finished, I ended up with 2.5 days of just roaming and doing side quests. I finished the story and had all of the upgrades. It's about a month before release, so all of the content I played is final. What I have to say about it is really depressing though. The story is utter shit. No big things happen in it. No kidnapping, nobody turns on you, no one you like is killed. The characters themselves are basically traders, but without being able to trade with them, and they have 3 cutscenes for each maximum. They feel absent from the story once you have seen the cutscenes. It is the worst of all Far Cry's ever made. The only ups and downs to the story are some giggles here and there from a few of the characters. However, the mechanics implemented in the game are great. You get to hunt animals that you get to use in the game because you can tame them. All of them have stats: stealth, strength and speed. Bears can swim but cannot jump, and the saber-tooth can jump but cannot swim. The hunting plays a very big part of the game. Crafting your way through the game is the only way to go. You can't buy ammo, which in my opinion is fine, by the way, but you have 2 kinds of resources. Number 1, weapon resources. This is nice. You can only have a certain amount of resources on you at any time. Once you have no more arrows, for example, and you need to craft some more, if you're in the middle of the fight, you can still craft them, but as the game is quite hard, you often run out of weapon resources. You can carry a maximum of 32 raw sticks of wood on you at any one time. You have to swap weapons. You can use bombs and shards and start throwing clubs at enemies. It'll probably be easier when the game comes out. Number 2, we've got the normal resources. These are used for upgrading huts and upgrading weapons and such like. These unlock a tiny amount of stuff, but not that much. The foreign language felt like a real language. It's a crafted language for the sole purpose of the game, if I'm not wrong. There were a lot of body movements to help them with the talking, which did improve the cutscene ambience. The way they are talking is really simple. It is not complete sentences, but you get the idea, i.e. Takar still Mask of Barati, Izilla fear Takar with Mask of Barati. Quite easy sentences. The weaponry was fine. You can set every major weapon on fire, and you can also set the enemies on fire. The enemies are all the same. You've got the heavies, light runners, grenade throwers, snipers. I think the alarm guy was new though. He carries a horn around his neck at all times. The camps are all the same also. Cages for animals, alarm bell, nothing new. No more watchtowers. They have been replaced by bonfires and there's nothing special about them. It is just kill the enemies and then light the bonfire. No running up a tower or anything like that. The game became repetitive after the second day. The story is basically like this. If you want to go into the story fresh, by the way, I mean, it's not terribly detailed, but I suppose a minor spoiler alert should be sounded here. You guys are the Wenger. There are 2 enemy factions. Kill them. Kill their leaders. Both have one speciality. One of them uses fire, the other one uses poison. To accomplish your goal, you will need to help around 5 different characters who will integrate into your village and unlock new skills and crafting abilities. The main quests given to you are simple side quests. Go and gather this plant, go and kill these guys, go and get this camp. Maybe 6 quests in total were interesting, and they were from the Shaman, who's a crazy guy who makes you drink blood, piss and other things to give you visions. Those visions are the quests, in the same way the drugs worked in the other Far Cries. Also, the Gatherer, who is the main female of the story, but when I say main, don't expect too much. There is no straight line in the game, everything is open from the very beginning. End of the spoiler alert there. Last thing I have to say is that coming from Ubisoft, it is way too low quality for a AAA game. It feels like a standalone expansion from Far Cry 4. In terms of the quality of the content, Blood Dragon was pure genius compared to Primal. It has only been 1 year since Far Cry 4, and I wouldn't be surprised if the guys in suits from Ubisoft went, hey, let's sell it as a AAA game even though it isn't. I talked with one of their developers, they don't really have control over the content of the game. They can improve it a little bit if the guys upstairs like the ideas, but that's just about it. Just don't pre-order it, and he's put that in capital letters. I'm going to say a few things about this information. First of all, with regard to just don't pre-order it, I would actually say that about any game. Don't pre-order any game until you've basically read the reviews from review outlets that you trust, or until maybe people have played it and tell you what it's like. Pre-ordering games is, generally speaking, a bad idea. Another two things I'll say about this. Now, obviously, this is a lot of the information here seems to be factual. I suspect it is probably real because some of the information I received got to me before the actual official confirmation was revealed in the press, which makes me think it has a ring of truth about it. But do keep in mind that this actually may be a complete fantasy that's been designed to get us hook, line and sinker, in which case, it worked. Do keep in mind also that if it is real, then the guy is playing pre-release code, and this is his... obviously some of the stuff in there is factual, but there's obviously a lot of his opinion in there as well. So you may or may not agree with his opinion when the final game rolls around. However, we've decided to share this information with you because pre-orders for the game are open. You can actually put money down on the game, and we think it's only fair, if that's the case, that then you should have as much information as there is available. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.